at Marona Prophecy 597. Now let's get into it. Now, I just came across this story, and it is about this black lady who said that she got beat by 6 white cops for being in a white girl's house, a white lady's house, or a friend of hers house that was a white lady. Now I'm listening to her story so far. I haven't heard the whole thing just like you all, but this is the sign of the times. What is going on in you guys' communities? What is going on in you guys' neighborhood? Is this too far fetched? No, sometimes these things happen. We don't know why they happen. It could be police brutality. It could be racism. It could be a bad cop, a good cop gone bad. It can be an agenda behind the reason why the police are performing police brutality on other races. But let's just see, is it mental illness or is it something really going on? So come as you are. Today I ain't got no makeup. I'm waking up early. So let's just get into it. I didn't see you guys yesterday, so I'm here today. Let's see what this story is talking about, right? So this is a YouTuber. So check out his page or whatever. And disclaimer with all cursing and things of that nature, I can't control it. But let's get into the story, all right? Let's go.
On this day, April 18th, I was brutally beaten by 6 plus North Las Vegas police officers. I was arrested in a situation where I was the victim. But I was arrested because I was in a white woman's house. What? A black woman in a white woman's house. When I was arrested, I was retained and placed in the back of the patrol vehicle. Upon reaching the police station, we departed the vehicle. When we departed the vehicle, the officer stood to my left side as we stood against the patrol car. As we stood against the patrol car, there was a host of officers with a nurse over to my right side at a right angle. And I looked, and I didn't understand why the group was there, but they were there. The nurse then started questioning me about bodily injuries and or any scars, or she was just like taking intake outside in the police station's parking lot. When she was done, I then started screaming for help because it looked like I really needed some help. I didn't understand why all those officers was outside. I then was met by a second officer who grabbed my right arm, and both officers proceeded to walk me into the station. As they were walking me into the station, the officer on my right side shouldered me to where I lost balance and fell forward.
And we're going to get a backstory on this as well, guys. So, hold on. What's going on, Hustle Nick?
Okay, so hold on right fast as I get through that little commercial, whatever. But my whole thing is, so what is really going on? It's not really too clear. She was at somebody's house, and then she called for help. I don't know. Is it too clear? It's not too clear. Hold on, guys. Let's kind of reiterate, because it's not too clear her story. I'm understanding what's happening to her, but it's still not that clear, right? Let's see what she's really saying.
It looked like I really needed some help. I didn't understand why all those officers was outside. I then was met by a second officer who grabbed my right arm, and both officers proceeded to walk me into the station. As they were walking me into the station,
how did she get to the station?
The officer on my right side shouldered me to where I lost balance and fell forward.
We're going to get a backstory on this as well.
And let me fast forward this. Hold on, guys. Here we go.
To the police station. 2 other officers run up behind and grab both my left and right leg. As we reach 5 feet into the police station, they simultaneously drop me to the floor. At that point, An officer released me from the handcuffs. And as he released me from the handcuffs, 6 plus officers joined in and just started beating on me.
No way. Wait, this should be on camera, right? They went into the precinct. So yeah, she should be able to get some. No, Hell no, ain't no way they beat that girl in the motherfucker.
And I
Hold on.
just want to say too, also, like when you get arrested or whatever, when they take you to the station, they don't normally take you to the front. From what I know, they take you through the back, through and garage, because it's like an intake. They got to take you into a holding area and or holding area. So I don't know. The story's not too clear, but let's continue to get into it to see if this lady is suffering from mental illness or if she's telling the truth. And she's saying that this happened. Uh, did she say North Las Vegas? I don't know. I'm thinking she's saying this is in Vegas, y'all. So I don't know. Vegas PD. I don't know. Let's continue.
They're beating on me from head to toe, and as they beat on me, one officer.
So this occurred in the lobby of the station at the City of Las Vegas Detention Center.
You hear that?
What? The lobby? Yo, unless they doing some.
So I think Las Vegas is like 3 to 4 hours from where I'm at, y'all. I'm in California.
To put a mask over my face, and as he was placing the mask over my face, I could not breathe, and I kept screaming, "I can't breathe! I can't breathe!" And as
Hello from France.
Screaming, "I can't breathe!" I started to lift the mask over my face, starting to gasp for air, and as I was trying to gasp for air, and I kept pushing the mask.
Yes, somebody wants a shout out. I don't have my glasses on, but let's shout out Ashley Rivera 19. God bless you, and where are you calling from? And let's shout out Onyx 7938 from France. Hallelujah. Let's get into it.
Mask up. I then looked up at the officer, and as I looked up at him, he then boom punched me in the face, and my head hit the floor. And so I just laid there, and at the same time, he's still punching on me. They still punching on me. Body is just being beaten. And I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe. I thought I was going to die. I felt like I was going to die. Then once again, a second time, pulled the mask up over my face, gasping for air.
She should be able to get some money for this unless they playing games with that footage, but we going to get into it.
And my whole thing is, why are they putting a mask over her face? Like, I thought that was for like spitting or something like that. Like if you're spitting or something, they put some type of mask over your face. So what is really going on? Let's continue.
I pulled the mask over my face.
And everybody need to be fired. All 6 of those officers.
I looked up again, and when I looked up this time, the officer then just snatched the mask and the ponytail I had in my head just off and punched me again. Boom! And it seemed like he punched me as hard as he could, because when he punched me, my head hit the floor, and I just seen a spark of light like a firecracker. It was such a spark of bright white light. And
so was she passing out? She passed out. She was seeing stars.
I don't know what had happened after that. When I did come back to, I was walking out of a side door. When I went out, I was laying on that floor, and they were all beating me.
Wow.
So upon coming out of that side door, I could not walk. I could not see out of one of my eyes.
It's true.
And I could barely talk. And once that was noticed.
And look, though, you guys see those bruises? Those bruises are 7 days later. They held her in there until her bruises got well enough to where they can kind of like release her, you know, for the evidence. You get what I'm saying? Let's continue.
These pics were taken that night of my release, a week after the fact. They
7 days, a week later.
I had 7 days of healing. It was the worst. It was worse than basically what you see.
Officers ran and grabbed me a wheelchair. What? And as they grabbed me a wheelchair, they...
Oh, wow. She has all the officers with their badge numbers.
Then wheeled me to the to a holding cell.
Yep.
When I
what
got
did I
to the
say about that holding cell
the
earlier?
Officer then cuffed my right arm and my left and right leg to the bars of the seat that I was sitting on.
So she said that's how her day started, that picture right there.
Towards where I couldn't get up, I couldn't move, I couldn't use the toilet, I couldn't do anything.
Wow.
I then let them know that I needed to use the toilet real bad. My body was aching, it was hurting real bad. I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't see out of one of my eyes. I couldn't barely move my mouth. I begged them to at least like take me to the hospital. I begged them for medical care, and they denied me any and everything. I even had to sit there and urinate on myself. And I'm glad I didn't have to defecate, because why? I was the victim. I was the victim.
What happened though?
They then tried to place me into like the crazy cell and try to make it like I was a crazy woman. Like I was the one. It was just like, I just didn't understand. I don't
understand now. Have you guys ever been a victim of police brutality or police neglect? Or how could you say it, like police, them blaming you for something that you didn't do, but yet you called them because you needed help? This kind of happened to me before, not this way. I've never got beat up by the police, okay? But however, somebody jumped on me many years ago in 2012, and I put the report out. They went to go look for the dude. They couldn't find the dude, so they how do you say it? Since they couldn't find him in 2 days, they stopped looking for him. And then the dude came back, and the dude was taunting me. The dude was actually following me one day down the street, literally walking behind me, taunting me. I had to deal with a situation like that, but I was ready for him because I had something to poke his butt with too, since they didn't, help me or aid me. That's neither here nor there. Let's get into it. Have you guys ever been in situations like this before, to where the people who were there to protect and serve you actually did the opposite? Let's get into it.
I just did not understand what was going on. I was arrested for absolutely no reason at all at the time, and I was beaten for absolutely no reason. And then so I decided to go get the police report and read the police report, because at the time they refused to tell me what I was being arrested for.
It says, when does an assault on peace officer get dismissed? Because it didn't happen. It was a code for a beatdown.
What I was being detained for, what I was going to jail for, they didn't tell me anything.
Wow.
I wouldn't say anything.
So they framed her.
They didn't even tell me I was arrested. Nothing. They didn't say anything. They just handcuffed me and took me outside. I stood outside, and I'm talking about when I went outside, they had the entire police department out there. I'm talking about they had like the SWAT team. They had a big old like Tonka truck. They had the streets blocked off. They had the neighborhood blocked off. They had the helicopter in the sky. I'm saying it was at least over 25, 30.
That's taxpayers' money.
And it was like, why? I didn't understand why. I took no parts and no nothing, whatever. I was drugged. I was drugged and out and incoherent. And like I say, when I opened my eyes, officers were at the house.
Oh, so hold on. Let me go past this commercial. So, basically, hold on. Let me pause this. So, basically, she was at somebody's house and this happened to her. Hold on, guys. Let me get past this commercial. So, I'm assuming she was at somebody's house. Well, this girl's house. I still don't know why they beat her. Let me get past this commercial. Here we go. Can you guys hear that?
It says, thank God I came out of a seizure and lived to see another day. Things could have ended differently. Let's go ahead and get the backstory on this.
Yeah, I need more.
Because she just mentioned being
don't you guys need more?
Drugged too. So let's see what's going on here.
Get your coffee.
So let me fill you guys in on what actually occurred on this day.
Because I thought I was crazy.
All right.
I left my house going to the grocery store with my daughter. As I returned home with my groceries in hand, I decided to stop by one of the homes of the kids that my daughter, plays with or what have you. I like to familiarize myself with the parents of the kids that my kids play with, because I want to know what environment that they are around.
Was out there?
So yes, I stopped at my...
Had a freaky cousin over there being freaky. You never know. You got to go over there and check out where your kids at for sure.
My daughter's friend's house to meet her mother, right? Their mother.
Oh.
Push come to shove.
So here we have some of the backstory. She went over to the white lady's house. The white lady was the mother of one of her children's friends. Okay, follow that. You got that so far?
End up going to the house, and I met the mother and the father of the kids that my daughter plays with on the other end of the block.
Okay.
So upon meeting the mom, she invites us in, and we then was chatting it up, and she supplied a couple of little drinks, which was white Zinfandel, which was just like some wine. So we sat out on
Sorry
the patio,
about the noise, you guys. I'm outside.
She had like a little patio furniture that we were sitting out on. We drinking wine. She also had a friend over to the house, a friend that was like staying with her at the time that she was like trying to help out. So the kids are off in the jacuzzi because she had a pool and a jacuzzi in her backyard. The kids are off playing in the jacuzzi.
So they got it going on,
and we're
y'all.
overseeing them on the balcony. So as we chatted up on the balcony, everything is going great. No problems, no.
That's the party, y'all, or the get together.
Not neighbors, but cool with the
or the
kids,
greeting.
Kids, friends, parents.
Right.
The friend, after I drunk my first drink, the friend then wanted to make me a drink, stating that she didn't like the way the woman of the house made my drink, so she wants to prepare me.
Wait, what if they slipped her something? What if the neighbors slipped her something? I hope they didn't. That's wild. Okay, let's continue. It sounds like something like that, right? Let's continue.
She says she can make better drinks. But if I like the one I got, I'm cool with this one. But let's
of her own,
right.
What happened?
Let's see.
I was fine with that, but that was the kicker.
Yeah, what? Tell us.
So we still out there, we still chatting it up, we laughing and everything.
Don't tell me the girl put something in her.
See? I'm telling y'all. How y'all feeling about this?
Nobody.
Man.
At the club, I always watch your drinks.
She don't even know them.
When you go over somebody's house, you gotta watch your drink.
Yeah, people is crazy.
Innocent kid.
Yeah.
See, you gotta watch where your kids be. See,
and then
she was going over there to see what's going on, but then something end up happening to her.
Right. Now, hold on. I'm sorry to cut him off. That's wild, right? We got to watch ourselves in general. We got to watch our kids. We got to watch ourselves. People is bold now. They do not care, and they're running in numbers. They feel like they got a group over there that they can do something to you. Like, okay, so far she's innocent. We don't really know, but she's like a single lone, neighbor walking down to go greet her neighbors, and then they're kind of having like a gathering, and they offer her drinks. They welcome her in. She's drinking with them, and then all of a sudden somebody else goes to get her another drink because they didn't like the drink that was first made for her by somebody else there at that get together and or gathering. And so she's feeling like they slipped her something. Let's see. Wow, that's crazy.
Rubbed. But never know. Same friend could have did something to the.
Yeah, but they're not even friends. They're neighbors.
Gave something to her daughter. Anything. You just never know, bro. That shit crazy. Watch where your kids go. Watch where you go, and don't drink after nobody. Jesus Christ.
Else or what have you, and through conversation, I found out the friend was a Navy vet, and the mother of the house was actually a foster parent, and her children were her foster kids or what have you. They were Hawaiian, and they were her foster kids. Like, as I said, the parents were white. And also the friend that was over to the house was white.
Okay.
I mean, I had no issues. And as you see, my kids, hey,
right.
I'm here, I'm chilling. Everything is going well until I got that second drink. Upon getting that second drink, I drank it. And I tell you, less than 5 minutes, I was out like a light. I was out.
They gave her something.
She must have put some Visine or some shit in her shit.
Yeah, or maybe they had some Molly.
It had to have been a while, because when I went over there, it was bright lights. When I opened my eyes up again, the woman of the house was screaming over the balcony, yelling help over the patio wall. She was screaming to the top of her lungs, and I could barely open my eyelids. I got that glimpse, and the friend She had a broken wine glass in her hand, striking the woman of the house. And the woman of the house, as I said before, she's yelling for help. They then traveled back into the house. I passed out again because I couldn't stay coherent. I was incoherent the entire time. And the next time I opened my eyes, I opened my eyes to an officer in my face.
And getting arrested?
That's all I can remember. An officer in my face.
So look, was it her that committed the crime, or did she get framed for the crime? The lady of the house, somebody had a wine bottle busted or whatever. They was going crazy. They was drunk, probably high on drugs or something, and they got the fighting up in there. Something went on, and then somehow whoever slipped her something, she done passed out and fell out. So the lady screaming over the balcony for help, calling the police. When the police came, they done snatched up the dark one. So I don't really know, y'all. Let's continue. This is pretty wild, right? Watch your company.
I remember not being able to move my body whatsoever. Like this woman gave me some type of muscle relaxer or whatever type of drug. I have no idea because I do not do drugs. Maybe that's why it took the take on me the way it did, because I was motionless.
And they were supposed to do a toxicology report on her when she got there, taking, in police custody, taking her into the hospital, because she said, well, they see her state. Obviously, something is wrong with her. She's incoherent besides the beating that they gave her, probably because she was flipping out, going crazy because of the drugs.
Now, the officer then...
Or the Mickey.
I got up, or what have you, pulled me up and everything, and we started to walk back into the house. But then...
Why they just arresting her? She
That's what I'm saying.
On the ground, and she getting arrested. Like, they not gonna be like, hey, you all right? You cool?
And
yeah.
I guess I was under arrest somewhere down the line, but I didn't ever hear them tell me I was under arrest because I did nothing. I did nothing. And as we were walking, as the officer